Okay, time for some more Elden Ring Nightreign. So I did some gaming off stream with Mod. Um, got some wins. Played with Raider and Iron Eye to get a feel for them. Just before I forget, I want to point out, if you look at Revenant's stats, attributes, HP, FP, stamina, spells out Dad. So that's something. I was also discussing on the topic of faith or incantations. I think the reason why I like Revenant so much is because I wanted to use katanas in Elden Ring. You know, I end up going, and Moonveil is really cool. I end up going for, Dex and Int. And I find that magic is typically underwhelming in terms of like damage. I don't find it a good secondary, so I end up just using Dex weapons and magic to like poke at stuff. When I think of like classic Dark Souls, I think of strength faith builds. Like, I think the John Dark Souls build is you make it to the first like Zweihander you can. Usually the Claymore, I think, is the typical choice. I might be incorrect on that. Maybe the Bastard Sword. Or maybe the Zweihander. I don't know what comes first. I think that's Zweihander in Dark Souls 1. Because you can get that like right at the start in the graveyard, apparently. And then you get Lightning Spear, and then you're good to go. Like, I feel like Lightning Spear is kind of the ubiquitous Dark Souls spell. It's the thing that makes it across all the games. So yeah, when I think of John Dark Souls, I think Zweihander and Lightning Spear. But that's not a build I've ever experienced, because I always want to use the more dexterous weapons, daggers, short swords, long swords, katana, etc., etc. And there was something else I was going to mention. Like, I would typically go for something with a nice vertical, and then a horizontal swing, rather than something that's specifically like piercing, pokey, or something that has like a really slow, wide kind of affair. But of course, there are benefits to just being big, being able to tank damage and deal it too. Which is why I checked out Raider and actually had there's a bit of a learning curve to heavy weapons. But his skill is really, really nice for tanking damage. I feel like he's more of an everyman version of Executor. There's still a learning curve, of course, because of his weapon, but his skill's a lot easier to use effectively. And then Iron Eye is probably the most beginner-friendly character. But I think there's still a big difference between, players that are inexperienced and those who are experienced. Which is why a lot of the times when we see Raider and Iron Eye, I feel like a lot of Raider players tend to be the dad of the party. They're very experienced in a lot of cases because they're going for that more traditional Dark Souls vibe. Maybe. I don't know. But again, having a tank in a game like this where health and defense is critical, and then Iron Eye is surprisingly mobile, and while similar to Duchess, doesn't necessarily deal a lot of damage on his own, he has a lot of team utility. And that, I feel, is where... so some people might use Iron Eye as a crutch to fight at a distance, and so they aren't prepared to like dodge stuff when it becomes time for that, and that's why you'll see like some Iron Eye players just constantly go down and down and down and down. But for those that are experienced, they can certainly carry, as can Raider. So what did I want to look at here? So first I wanted to check something, because I discovered that apparently remembrances are based on the number of bosses that you've defeated. So with Executor, Yeah, we did have to beat 3 bosses to complete Executor's story. So Duchess, 3 Revenants back to back. 2. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be... Yeah, it doesn't seem to be 3 for every character. Like, maybe there are partial credits that you get. Because it looks like we did a lot of runs with Duchess. When we were in that weird spot. Trying to progress Revenant's Remembrance and fighting Gaping Jaw. So I got the impression that you need to do 2 or 3 boss clears per character, but maybe that's not necessarily the case, or it varies depending on how many runs you've done. Because if we go with, so we got 3 for Executor, 3 for Revenant, so that's 6. We got 2 for Duchess, that's 8. And then I got 3, no. Did I get 3 for Iron Eye? I got 1, I think I got 2 for Iron Eye. Yeah, that makes sense, because I had 11 wins total, so... Yeah, we only got 2 wins with Duchess. Interesting. So I started off playing Raider with mod, and you'll see that on my very first run. So I recommended that we go against Fisher in the Fog because I am confident in my ability to carry that. So we're actually gonna watch that because I unfortunately didn't record both of them. I only thought to record this one with the Steam capture. So we'll play that back. Let me just make sure. Yeah, video play back. So hopefully you guys are hearing this. So across this entire fight, I believe I only end up using 1 flask. So I start with 6. And I got a great hammer that deals rot, which is pretty good. I've also ended up using Raider and Iron Eye's ults. Here, I'm gonna duck the volume down. I've ended up using their ults rather aggressively, which is not how I usually play this sort of thing, but you know, we've already got them down to like less than 50% health. I haven't had to heal a single time. And I was kind of coaching Mod at the same time, you know, giving him strategy, you know, stay by the legs, you know, watch out for when the tail gets covered in ice because he's going to strike forward, you know, he's going to start flying now. We actually never encounter any of the raid mechanics where we have to run to or away from the boss's attack. So I take a little bit of damage here. No big deal. And I was complaining before that it was really weird that Iron Eye can't recover health with the post-damage attacks. He would be busted. He would be unkillable if that was the case. So I understand why they made it this way. So yeah, I use this 1 flask. I don't actually need to. I could have beaten this with no flasks whatsoever. And none of us go down the entire fight. It's great. And I got Flaming Slash on this as well. I also got a legendary thing that does fire damage. A legendary mace, I believe it is. Or might count as a hammer. And I used its ability at one point by accident. It drains health from anyone nearby. And I use it sparingly in this fight, but essentially with his ability, you tank damage. You can't be killed, even if you always survive with 1 health at least, and any damage dealt to you increases the damage that you deal with the wind-up punch that he does after. I also have 2 artifacts on him that increases damage based on attacks taken. Yeah, that's the health steal. Not super game-changing. I again pressed that by accident. But I'm just pretty proud with how this came out. Yeah, I was waiting for the tail strike to happen, but I used it too early. And like the cooldown for his ability is really short. And I thought I could hit his tail, but that didn't quite pan out. So yeah. So Fisher in the Fog, probably once you know what you're getting into, probably the easiest boss fight in the game, honestly. I would say that Augur and Sentient Pest, probably. So yeah. Let me just dial that back up and hide that. And close my playback and get rid of this clip. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I muted the game, right? Because I didn't want to be hearing duplicated audio. This run also went well. Unfortunately, I forgot to record it, and I realized later in the evening and was kicking myself over it. Yeah, it went really well. I don't think I got down to single time. I want to say one of us did. I don't know. Either way, both Mon and I kicked ass. Gimichi was pretty solid. He did end up getting killed by the Frost Dragon as we were trying to. He took over the lead when we were trying to go to the Frost Dragon at the top of the mountaintop because Mod's Shifting Earth was the mountaintop, and then he couldn't find his way, so I guided Mod to an alternate path, and luckily Mod had taken that path before with someone else. And so he was able to confirm that I was going the right way, because I'd only read about the alternative path rather than the way around the back that I was shown. And is honestly probably the faster route, going around the back. Yeah, we had a really close run against Libra. I did a couple against Gaping Jaw. This one came pretty close. This one ended in disaster when someone disconnected, and then the other person remaining just started ignoring me. And then I went up against the Sentient Pest again, and we beat that. What's interesting is, as Iron Eye, you can focus on the Moth, and the Moth and the Scorpion have different damage resistances. You might think that, oh, magic users should go after the Moth. No, it actually has damage resistant to magic. It does have some other weaknesses to different elements, but if you're just using pure magic, like Recluse probably shouldn't be using that unless she's got incantations. But there's basically no reason for Iron Eye to not just attack the Moth and distract it for the entire fight while everyone else focuses on the Scorpion. And the Scorpion even takes like it has its greatest weakness is both are weak to flame. The Scorpion is weak to blunt damage, which is not surprising, but it's also weak to piercing. But the Moth is more weak to piercing. So either way, Iron Eye is kind of So yeah. So we got some wins. We should be able to progress some remembrances. The reason I went about it in this way, in that I looked up what the remembrance tasks are, and so because Mod was still going through his roster of bosses to fight, he still had Libra and the Centaur to fight. And I was thinking, well, if we're gonna fight the Dark Drift Knight, apparently, Revenant has to fight Gladius or the Dark Drift Knight as her first remembrance. Recluse apparently has to beat the final boss in her final remembrance, as does Iron Eye. And then in his second last task, he has to beat Dark Drift Knight. Nobody else seems to have a requirement to beat a Night Lord. So I figured I would start working towards that. So because Raider and Iron Eye are so good, I'm going to try and do those solo in single player. And then we're going to take Iron Eye to fight the Dark Drift Knight. And then we'll also do I'll also try and do a run as Raider. So yeah, I've got damage taken while using character skill improves attack power and stamina, and then taking attacks improves attack power. This apparently provides like a 24% attack buff if you take any damage. And because you both resist damage and become technically immortal when you're using your ability, yeah, just super armor through things. And then for Iron Eye, the really important one is +1 additional character skill use. Because the thing about his skill is that it applies a mark. And then when you deal enough damage while the mark is active, the enemy gets staggered. You can use the ability when it's done on cooldown to reapply the mark and keep the damage that's been dealt to it so far. There is one that extends the length of the weak point. However, I feel like being able to reapply it is better because it can also be used for mobility, and being able to apply it twice effectively gives you the same buff, if not a better one, unless the extension on the time is double, right? So yeah, if you're having to dodge a bunch of stuff, sure, the extension would be good, but for all other circumstances, the skill use is huge. And since we're going against the Dark Drift Knight, unfortunately, I don't have any means of... I don't have a really great build of starting with holy damage, I believe. I think I've got one that does that. I also got a relic that gives Lightning Slash, which provides Lightning Affinity, which is nice. Let's see, we got Sacred Blade. And we definitely got a Holy... Yeah, that's our red. So while we could start with that, we wouldn't be able to heal allies. And I think red and green are the only ones where we have go team effect. Yeah, Flask kills allies. So if you think about this for a second, so red and green, and the holy was red. Oops. Yeah, so we don't have one that has both red and green, unfortunately, so we'd have to give this up. Which, honestly, might not be a bad idea. However, you can inflict frost on the boss, so... I don't know. Or actually, no, for Dark Drift Knight, he's weak to lightning. And we don't have something for that. Never mind. I was barking up the wrong tree there. I think Holy is what we have on... Because I set up everyone's builds. Alright. Anyway. Enough info dumping here. The raider removed the helmet and placed it on the floor with a thunk. The war with the knight was constant, never leaving an idle moment, and yet he felt oddly unfulfilled. Do you feel the same, old friend? As he murmured to himself, he patted the white horns of his beloved helmet. They were chiseled in war, reminders of the countless battles waged heretofore. There must be someone who'd poured his soul into the battle to the death. A rival fierce enough to make one's blood boil. He was certain that such a warrior could not be far, and perhaps was even quite close. Maybe right here in the Round Table Hold. And for the record, I still haven't actually used Wild or Guardian or Recluse in a serious setting. Well, this is nice that they just start you here.
This monument stands testament to a series of proud battles. Long ago, sacred rituals were held in the name of Grin, god of war, to extol the virtue of the soul. Conquerors of neighboring seas were gathered to fighting contests of strength, each with the potential to discover a truly worthy opponent. As you can see, this stone records the history of what transpired. The monument simply radiates historic import.
Touch the monument. Ooh, oh, fireworks.
Oh, my stars. That was the starting signal. I can't believe it, but it seems you've been chosen to participate in a battle to prove your valor. The tourney of the lands between has begun.
Okay.
The electricity in the air lingers.
About the tourney between.
As I mentioned, the tourney between is a sacred ritual of combat. A contest of strength designed to display and celebrate the valor of the victor's soul. From a field of 8 participants. As you might surmise, the winner must emerge victorious from 3 battles in total. The monument will reveal the fight for which you have been chosen. Once you feel prepared, touch the stone. In the midst of all this chaos, I wonder who it might pitch you against. I must admit, my heart is quite aflutter. In the midst of
This seems like a very appropriate story for him.
The tourney of the lands between. Who could have expected that, here and now? I admit, I'm envious. I'll have to be content to cheer you on.
There's the pro.
The tourney of the lands The tourney of the lands
Yeah, I'm gonna assume no one else has anything to say. Travel to the battlegrounds. One strike gladiator. Welcome in, Mod. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Ow. Skadoosh! Yeah, I know how that feels. My dental hygiene is not great. Wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's not great. Not going to beat around the bush. Torn braided cord. A torn magic warding braided cord. Yeah. I've been clenching my jaw a lot recently as well. This year. I've had some pain at like the top on the back right. But it's been I've been more cognizant of it recently, so it's It's gone away, thankfully, for now. But yeah, my teeth are kind of fucked up because I actually still have a baby tooth that I never got taken out when I was a kid. And as a result of that, one of my permanent teeth grew in above everything else and had to be removed. And so that caused some of my other teeth to go a little oblong around it. And like I still remember like my mother trying to take me to get that baby tooth removed back in the day, and I freaked out when they tried to put me under anesthetic. And then she didn't actually make me go through with it for whatever reason. So yeah, at some point I should probably get this tooth removed and get braces, but got too much other shit going on in my life, you know. That's a pretty huge inconvenience, by my standards anyway. Or like an Invisalign thing. But, yeah. I already have enough difficulty sleeping at night.
Congratulations on your victory. I should have expected nothing less. But oh, what's that you have there?
Show torn braided cord.
Oh, I think... Allow me some time to look into it, won't you? For now, why don't you touch the monument again to see what is next in store for you? A worthy foe, no doubt. For now, why don't you touch the monument again?
You cheer me on, buddy?
I've got high hopes for you. With your physique, no run-of-the-mill opponent stands a chance. But don't think it'll be the same next time. You'd best go in prepared.
I feel like I planned this stream
Don't expect
perfectly.
the next match to be the same. You'd best go in prepared.
No response.
It won't reveal to you your next opponent. Perhaps the other battles are yet to conclude. I suppose all you can do is try again later.
Don't expect your next match to be the same. You'd best go in prepared.
Part of me kind of wishes that the silver poking out the back was his hair. But a lot of the characters in this game, like Executor and Iron Eye, who you can see like just underneath their hood or helmet, don't actually have a fully rendered face. It's like the faceplate of a Nendoroid, basically. They've just textured their face and nothing behind it. Raider's journal was updated by the recovered memory fragment. Torn braided cord. A torn magic warding braided cord worn by warriors for good luck on the eve of battle. The distinctive stone clasp suggests that it belonged to glory-seeking pirates. The legends surrounding the competing seafaring factions who divided the seas into east and west have been spoken of for generations in places near and far. So that's a blue. I shouldn't have any new relics, right? No. I wonder if these stack. Probably not. I think we've got a better situation going right now. The tourney of the lands between was finished, and once again he found himself peering at his white-horned helmet. It was a good feeling, but he wanted more. He recalled the words of the Iron Menial. The potential to discover a truly worthy opponent. For the pirates of the coastal waters, such a rival is more precious than any treasure. Alright, Chapter 2 for Iron Eye. Instructions sent from the Fellowship to the Iron Eye. Iron Eye, beloved child of the Fellowship. I am certain you are aware of the destruction of the boarding house in the Duskin Valley. Root out the traitor and retire him. You can pick up his trail in the lands between. Standard protocol applies. The Fellowship will not The Fellowship will not involve itself. Traveling expenses, intelligence, and allies must all be procured as you work. Ever your custodian is sold. A report written by the Iron Eye, addressed to the Fellowship. Is sold, my custodian. I have no means to deliver this report, but I here shall I record my progress. Following the traitor's trail has led me to the Round Table Hold. I have made an ally who goes by the name of Priestess. There have been scant clues to find, but such is the way in this field of work. The work itself proceeds as usual. Iron Eye. Instructions sent from the Fellowship to the Iron Eye. Iron Eye, beloved child of the Fellowship. I believe you are familiar with the monster. It is clear now that his guardian had been slain long ago. It seems to have happened when the boarding house was destroyed in the Duskin Valley. There's a strong likelihood that the traitor to the Fellowship is indeed the monster. Take every precaution. He was raised by the Fellowship to be the centipedal scion he is, after all. Ever your custodian, Isolde. So I'm assuming he's a Crucible Knight. There we go. Yeah, I still haven't gotten any shiny signs here. What up, girl? Yeah, so as correct, Mod, the door to the catacombs is normally closed.
Oh, there you are. Now, about the traitor from your Fellowship. Let us talk. Then you're good and ready.
About the Fellowship.
The Fellowship. That's the name of the mercenary outfit you belong to, is it not? You travel around the world, settling conflicts through clandestine acts. Masters of assassination. As unsettling as your talents might seem to an outsider. In service to our cause, they are reassuring indeed.
I mean, it's rather appropriate that I end up favoring the assassin character.
Then you're good and ready.
About the traitor.
The traitor you're after. It seems I too am involved in all of this. One of those summoned to the Round Table is said to have abandoned their duties.
All of this is interesting.
So the voice has intimated. I was thinking of telling the others, but then you arrived, as if you had appeared to help me pursue the matter. The traitors of the Round Table and the Fellowship appear to be one and the same. Let's you and I get to the bottom of this.
See, I was just thinking, like, it would be really cool if they made a co-op game. Think of like Revenant, but made by FromSoft and with detailed characters like these. Maybe something closer to like Vermintide, I guess. But I feel like a looter game made by FromSoft that still plays like a Souls-like, but that's more linear and has a distinct narrative with characters with backstories and stuff would work really well and would be an extremely fun co-op experience.
Then you're good and ready.
Accept task.
I need you to eliminate a band of condemned. These condemned valiantly faced down the night, but ultimately failed and surrendered to the darkness. They are, in fact, us. Worse still, they multiply through their marriage to the night, spreading from one world to the next. We must stop them before it's too late.
Us?
Ah, yes. As you may have surmised, versions of you from other worlds are found among their number.
Interesting.
And we might just learn something from them. Best of luck. The condemned who have fallen to the night deserve death. There is no doubt. It is time to finish this.
Very interesting. I'm going to deploy solo and see if I can hack it. Defeat the other Iron Eye who has appeared in a cataclysm in Limfeld. Also, Mod, I don't know what the condition of your jaw is right now, but I thought I would mention once I've caught up with my remembrances here, would you maybe like to do some runs, or are you busy? Okay. Imagine I'm cracking the whip again. When Mod and I were playing offline, I got a whip. And I was like, Mod, imagine there's a flaming hoop. Now jump through it. So like I was talking about with respect to things I'd like to see them maybe update about... Well, actually, maybe I didn't mention that. I might have gotten sidetracked. So I was saying that it would be fun if with the community response to Revenant in terms of her popularity, it would be fun if they changed some things about her. Really minor things, like maybe bumped up her strength stat a little bit so she can actually wield big weapons. Because again, strength faith is John Dark Souls behavior, you know? It only makes sense. Or maybe give her a different resource to, replenish FP. That said, it's not a big issue. People are kind of worried that because everyone on YouTube, like all the content creators, are like, oh my god, a Wraith Calling Bell is busted, that it might get nerfed when that's one of her best tools. It doesn't scale, though. It's just great because she does have a lot of base FP. And check this shit out. Oh! So yeah, I think this is new. You can do crits with bows, which is crazy to me. And they're so sick, reminiscent of the executions in Tomb Raider's reboot, which I love those animations. So there are concerns that the Wraith Calling Bell might get nerfed as a result of all the people that are making a big deal about it. When it's perfectly fine, because like literally any incantation you get for her is going to be better because it scales with faith, and fires a lot faster. Like yeah, it uses more FP, but that's not as much of a concern for her. Plus, she still has a great melee and she has her summons, compared to Recluse, who needs to rely on her spells. Because you can't reliably proc Magic Cocktail without being able to do some kind of damage. So if she wants to be self-sufficient, she really needs the ability to cast something. So like that's of less concern to me, but I think it would just be fun if they just upticked her strength a little bit. I actually want to check out the stats on her claws, if I can remember. I'm curious what the claws scale with. Oh, that's depressing. What? What? There should be a frenzied frenzied frame troll. Up the butt. Up the butt. I fucked up. That is the, why do you think she's a recluse? She can't rely on people. Ah, shit. That was probably my worst fight against a frenzied flame troll. That was my opportunity to show off too. Oh well. Where are my runes at? Who ate my runes? Okay, perfect. My objective is still in range. Let's not get killed by that again. Here we go. Oh. 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 Nope. Nope. Much better. There we go. I see you creeping. But yeah, I really like Iron Eye a lot. The only thing I don't know is how to actually use bow skills with him, because he overrides bows with his own ability. So like all bows have the same like triple shot with him. It might be hold L2 and then press R1. I haven't tested that out too much, or rather, so many of the bow skills, I've never used Rain of Arrows. He must be able to, because I've seen Iron Eyes do Rain of Arrows. You can also aim while dual wielding, which is nice. Actually, hold on a second. Yeah, that must be the skill. Yeah, because that used FP. Mighty shot. Oh. Where is this guy? Oh, this is down here. Okay. That was fair. Excuse me? This guy's got some crazy iframes. Oh, he's got like a blood thing. Oh god. Nope. Oh shit. Whoop. Can you get staggered, please? Oh no. Well, I mean, yeah. Objective achieved. An invitation from the traitor. Truly a doppelganger. We got a double KO. So that's something else that you and I were talking about. It would be interesting if there were like alternate versions of the characters that like started them with a different weapon with different scaling or different abilities. So like we just had this guy who had a sword in addition to a bow, and he had like a blood slash and bleeding pots or whatever. And I'm just thinking like that would be interesting for him to have, because while Executor has the highest arcane, Iron Eye has the second highest. It's not great. It's like Executor has like 28 and Iron Eye has like 15 or something like that. But everyone else has like close to 10. And unlike every other stat in the game, Arcane never increases with levels. And that information comes from longtime Souls-like content creator Zilly the Witch. They posted the individual numeric stats for every character at every level. Oh, let's hit up this church. So I should be able to do the next Iron Eye remembrance task, because I've won 2. I've beaten 2 bosses with him. But I think we'll have to do another run with well, another 2 bosses possibly with Raider. Let's do the mine. This is gonna be dicey. Well, whoop. Come on. Uh-oh. That's not good for me. Aha. Well, that was cool, if nothing else. Oh, he Goomba stomped me. How rude. We gotta go this way. It's gonna be fastest. It's not gonna be fast, but it is going to be fastest. I mean, we're gonna go left. Glug glug. Oh, we're gonna die. Well, we tried. Oh, well, that's a shame. Damn, not enough. I thought it would be nice to try and get 6,500. And then we could have upgraded our weapon. Instead, we're going into this with no flasks. Oh, and it's going to be Duke's Dear Freya. Or, well... Oh, you can game over here. Alright, then I'll just do that then. I like how they're still fighting the abductor virgin. Alright, and for our trinkets...
I commend your efforts. Please, accept this token of thanks. Now then, have you any news to report?
Show her the traitor's letter.
I didn't think he would make the first move. We should bide our time for now. I didn't think he would make the... We should buy...
What was the reward I got? An invitation from the traitor sealed with the stamp of an assassin's contract. Inside the envelope, a single folded page contains a short message. When the Night Lord nears, meet at the round table. The monster was aware of a looming threat and welcomed the assassin Iron Eye. Iron Eye's chalice. Cracked sealing wax. Sealing wax removed from an opened letter, used by sellswords of the Fellowship. The stamp signifies an assassin's oath. Once a target is agreed upon, there is no going back. Such contracts are said to have their origin in the lands between. Duration of... Oh, that's not great. And, you may have noticed earlier, after beating 7 bosses, you get the Spirit Shelter Grail, which is triple greens. Okay, so now we got... Oh, red-green, I think, is what we wanted. Yeah, so that was Holy... No, it's the flasks. And then we can just equip whatever. So go for Iron Eye. So we could get some Bewitching Branches with Holy Attack Power. Well, that pairs together well with that. Yeah, that's going to be the better one. Oh, there's also this one. Crits boost stamina recovery. Iron Eye doesn't land many crits because he'll trigger them when a melee character is closer. Alright, so now we got a Holy build. We got a Frost build. And we got a Fire build. And I think with yellow, we can swap this out for... poison as well. But I think Frost is better in most circumstances. Cool. Chapter 5. A report written by the Iron Eye addressed to the Fellowship. Isolde, my custodian. I have picked up the trail of the traitor, the monster. He is a brother of the Fellowship. The battle is sure to be drawn out, but I shall prevail. I will send a report once the deed is done. Iron Eye. P.S. I found a sealed missive amongst my effects. In accordance with protocol, I shall open it, unless advised otherwise, Master. A blood-stained letter addressed to the Iron Eye. The scions of the Fellowship are fated to be disposed of once they play their part. Thus, I had a dream, to wrest the power of the night and bend the rules which govern our realm. The scions raised would wander through an endless night, fighting on and on. A night that would never break, for their sake I desired. But it is a dream most foolish. I should never have mentioned it to you. Free yourself of your misgivings, and walk the path in which you believe. Ever your custodian, Isolde. Huh. So Isolde is the one who sent the monster out on a mission. And then she changed her mind and sent us to kill the monster. I wonder what led to the change of heart. We have 0 clues. Do we just go to our inventory? No? I guess we talk. Maybe we'll get ambushed by an assassin somewhere.
I can wait, but what if my sword? The night is nothing to be afraid of. It is only the setting of the sun.
What up, wild man?
When do we fight? The land here is cursed, alongside every creature that walks it. I suppose it's fitting, as a place to bury that abomination.
Sup, nerds?
Anything troubling you? I can help.
Yeah, we might have an assassin hanging around. That's not me.
I've trained with halberds before. No expert by any means.
I also hope that the pun isn't lost on you that he wields halberds.
Wishest thou to converse? I believe myself skilled in my craft.
He paints a depiction of the Erd tree. He seems somewhat satisfied.
No task is too great or small, champion. So, the arrows haven't been carved in a manner that ensures sound flight. Then, would you mind teaching me again? No task is...
Oh, I think I interrupted myself earlier. I feel like it would be nice if in a future FromSoft game, if basic arrows at least were unlimited like they are for Iron Eye. Because like having to actually get... maybe they were in Elden Ring, because it's not like I use bows either. But I feel like basic arrows should be infinite.
Is there anything at all that you require? I'm as dexterous as a seamstress and strong as an ox. My work does, however, take some time.
Because again, playing Iron Eye, I was thinking to myself, it might be fun to whip out a bow
What is it now?
in the base game.
What a darling bunch of fools you are. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Alright. So we're probably going to get ambushed somewhere. Let's maybe go see if the crypt is open. Ah. Yep. A note from the priestess. The one you await has arrived. Do not delay. Come to the crypt below. Oh. Well, you kind of dealt with him already now, haven't you?
This man has been expecting you. It's time you spoke. This man, it's time you...
What up, blood? You're covered in it.
Well met, comrade. It pains me to see you like this, but yes, I am the traitor. You've come to hurry me to my end, haven't you? I've been waiting. Well, you'd best get on with it.
Execute him. Got a little kukri knife.
Didn't quite manage it, did we? You should know as well as anyone. We can't be killed so easily. Find an edge of order, and I'll let you in on a little secret.
Oh, we're magic assassins. That's cool.
Feeling talkative, are we?
About the secret.
Find an edge of order. A blade of unique make. It has layered within the weight of the night. Find one, and I'll talk. Feeling talking?
About the traitor.
Of course the Fellowship would send someone after me. They kill anything and everything that stands in their way. This is no different. Feeling talking?
An edge of order. I know how you might find one. The beings, known as Night Centaurs, spill over with sacred power. Your search should begin with them. What is it? I will do my utmost to aid you.
About an edge of order.
An edge of order. I know how you might... The beings, your search...
Okay. Defeat the Dark Drift Knight. So, Mod, if you would like to fight the Dark Drift Knight, that's what I need to do next. If you're not ready right now, then I'll just go try and beat another boss with Raider. I'm also going to go AFK to use the washroom. So I will be right back. Hello, Ida. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. I forget, have you had any interest in Nightreign yourself? Let's see here. I want to do Fisher in the Fog again because I've already shown off that boss fight. I don't want to fight Equilibrious Beast if I can avoid it. I'll go for the run back against Sentient Pest, I think. And they're weak against fire, which we have. So let's go for it. That's fair. Yeah, they're certainly not for everyone. I'm actually kind of surprised how they've become so, like, Elden Ring doesn't surprise me, but it does kind of surprise me how big this genre has become. Alright. Well, let's hope we've got a solid team. We've got an Iron Eye that should be capable of making this boss fight light work. Right. Yeah, for me, I don't even think about it that much, to be completely honest. But I do find it depressing when characters don't have a happy ending, so... there's usually a... Oh, they already grabbed the talisman. Old goblin. That's my job. Compared to some of the other characters I've been playing as, the running attacks for heavy weapons are quite nice. Down the hole. Oh, you could probably just run past the Bell-Bearing Knight, come to think of it. That's something I hadn't considered before. Let's go to the castle. And do an early castle. That'll be good for us. Hopefully we get Crucible Knights. Is it you? Are you the goblin who's, hello? Why are you ignoring me? Wow. This is going great. Where's our other guy? Yeah, I think we're approaching this a little early. But we can make this work. Let's level up. So one thing I've learned is that there's actually an arrow that points upward to the left of your level when you have enough runes to level up. So... Bellbearing Knight. We did that already. What are you doing? Okay. I don't know why I'm not able to get any crits out. There we go. Cool. Nice guard break. Well, that was unfortunate. Oh! I still took damage, I guess. There we go. And then this guy. Whoa. Very nice. Let me take on this guy. And then get out of the corridor, because I'm going to get in trouble if I'm not careful. And there we go. Castle cleared. Let's go level up. What did you just tag? So from level 5 to 9. Okay. There's another one, guys. Oh no, are they going after the fucking Crucible? Or the Bell-bearing Knight, rather? Yeah, that's not worth it, guys. Oh, this is a fucking fog door. Yeah, we're all going to die doing this. Come on, hit me, bro. Or not. Alright, come at me. Oh, really? Well, that worked out. Okay. These guys... I don't think I've given these guys enough credit. Skadoosh! And now I'm dead. Yeah, he does not care about my ability for shit. This is why we don't challenge the bell-bearing hunter. I mean, granted, we can come back, but that went a lot better than I expected. Now, I'm gonna get my runes first, so that I don't lose them. But... ah, yes. Yum. So that's to my left. I don't think I can safely get there from down here. Aha! well, that was just efficiency. Well, if these guys are willing to challenge the bell-bearing hunter, that's probably a good sign for this. What the fuck is happening here? Now this is one of those occasions where holy damage would have come in handy. Defeating something with holy damage prevents them from respawning. Oh, that was efficient. And that's one of the things I really like about Iron Eye's ult. It is very efficient for dealing with groups of ads, because it pierces and has such a wide area of effect. What the fuck? Ooh, came back. I mean, I can do that too, a little bit. And the Tibia Mariner can also summon a Deathrite Bird as an attack, similar to like the giant skeleton, which spooked Maud and I when we were playing this off stream. Yeah, that. I actually haven't. I haven't even taken a look at the Steam Next Fest page. Is there anything you'd like to recommend? We'll do this and then we'll hit up a mine, I think. Hurdling. I saw Hirogami recently in one of the game shows. It does look pretty cool. Interesting. Gecko gods. Oh, that's not what I meant to press. I'll have to check some of those out. Yeah, I haven't heard about too much that's coming out in like the near future that I'm that I would expect to see there. Apparently, Nightreign from the developer of Assault Spy has a demo that's exclusive to their Discord server. I'm going to assume there's probably you're probably not allowed to stream that, so I'm not sure. I do really want to check that out, though. I don't like how it's always just kind of just outside of my range. Perfect. I don't know what that is. It's a big thing. Let's go back and get revenge on the bell-bearing hunter, shall we? We'll have a lot of time to fight this guy. Get away! Ah, shit. Thank you. Hit me, bro. that was awkward. It got me right back up for some reason. There we go. That's holy, I think. Give me another Crucible Knight here. Really? Come on. Am I still streaming? Did my internet go out? The servers might have gone down. Yeah, so there was maintenance at 1 a.m. Pacific. Because there was a update. Yep. Network status check failed. Yep. Okay. Well, that's that. I guess we'll resume this later. I might do some more runs offline with some other characters and Raider. I might also do the Dark Drift Knight with mod off stream. Now that we've got caught up there. Because I'll have to fight the final boss with Iron Eye anyway. So, that's unfortunate. Well, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.